New Ferrari Ultra GT is called 12 cylinder, but Mr. Maranello would prefer you to say Dolce Cilindri. It is a celebration of Ferrari's signature dish, a big V12, a mighty 6.5 liter orchestral instrument mounted way behind the front axle under a gigantic clamshell bonnet, designed to showcase the engine bay more dramatically than the 812 Superfast or F12. It shuns turbochargers or any form of hybrid boost, but lighter titanium con rods and forged pistons means it's now even revier. Power matches the wild 812 Competizion's 820 bhp and maximum torque is 500 pound-feet at 7,200 rpm. The red line is at 9,500 rpm. After kissing the limiter a couple of times, you'll find yourself doing 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds and 0 to 125 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds. No, those aren't huge leaps over 812 Superfast. You get the sense factor that Ferrari has decided enough is enough. It's a V12 Ultra GT. It doesn't need to be any faster. Want wow factor? Buy an SF90. Here, the chief job was to keep the keystone V12 alive. The engineers admit it's been tough to meet the emissions regulations, but the focus has been spent on piping those rich V12 sonics into the cabin. There's some challenging, ambitious design going on over here. More radical than 812 or F12 for sure. The dark front strip resembles the 365 GTB, that is Daytona's wedge front, and no, you can't have it in body color. It's only black, as Maranello suggests. Same goes for the black sections of the roof around the delta wing motif and the outer edges of the tail. They are actually active aero devices popping up by 10 degrees between 60 kmph and 300 kmph to squidge 50 kg of downforce onto the rear axle. If you're wondering why middle section stays flat, so was I. Turns out that Ferrari was worried about motorizing the whole width ducktail would have eaten too much into the 270 liter boot. The wheels are forged from single piece of aluminum and measure 21 inches across. The brakes and suspension hardware is carried over from the 812 Superfast, but the software is thoroughly remapped, and stopping now comes the courtesy of brake-by-wire. Ferrari's engineers admit that there has been a slight weight gain from 812 due to the larger wheels, bonnet and active aero, but with all the carbon boxes sticked, the claimed dry weight is around 1560 kgs. The 812 Competizion's rear wheel steering is reworked to get friendlier with the 20mm shorter wheelbase, and the tech arsenal features the 8th gen of Ferrari's side slip control. When it comes to the cabin, it's not as radical as it is on the outside. It gets similar instrument cluster as 296 GTB or SF90 along with horrible fiddly touch sensitive steering wheel interface. The passenger gets their own pinnacle with a smaller secondary screen. But unlike the Purusongwe SUV, there is also a large central screen which hosts all the heater and seat comfort controls. Mr. Manzoni insists that this tactic makes the cabin more futuristic and clean. Before you make a decision of buying this car, the price starts at $395,000 for the coupe and $435,000 for the Spider. The prices of this car for India hasn't been revealed yet, but we are hoping that the price will be close to the 812 Competizions. If you really like this video, do like, share and subscribe to Cranky Shifters and comment down below about how your pronunciation of the name Dolce Cilindri coming along.